Your button should look like a square. And there's no right or wrong way to ask these questions. You can just, yeah, if it's a circle, it's not recording. You can just focus on these things or just kind of monitor what your devices are doing. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Some people are weird about talking to people they can't actually see. But again, I do have to write down that 17, 18. Did you get any of the numbers? 31, right?
Yeah, it went back up to 28 and 30 at one point.
Nice. So, love when they do that. And they probably went right back down and then get 2 again immediately. Yeah. The ghost don't stand still. That's what they call it, ghost don't stand. 31, 17, 18. I'll take that 28. And you're going to 30 as well.
Okay, so
Writing in the dark is now on my resume.
and ask when
What happened to the mansion
and when it was destroyed. We don't go yet. I don't know. Does he tell us?
So yeah, writing in the dark is now on my resume because it's a joke.
How to turn it on?
All right, you're cracking.
It's gonna be like static. You have to like make out words.
So, what other terms have we had that come up on that?
Well, you said something that I remember. I was number 6.
Do you think we can go? Eliza, try to mute it. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. I think mine is like the baby one.
You can ask Alexa how old she was.
Funny. This is what I get 2-year-olds.
And you can just kind of focus on it. So if you're like, okay,
Do you want to spread out a little bit? Come on. So I was just wondering, like, what happened, you know?
I just wanted to give you 3 number questions.
Like, what happened to your mansion, and like, when did it happen? Like, were you dead? Like, do you know what happened? Please tell me. Even if you aren't Eliza, I would still like to know.
And raise your hand.
Can't walk this.
Raise your hands. I can see a purple stick.
Can you tell me what year it was destroyed and what happened to it? That's so scary. She didn't say anything. That's scary. Can you please? That's so scary. She said beautiful. Can you be clear? Okay, I heard beautiful. I heard down. Drown, maybe? Maybe it was drown. It sounded something like that.
Eliza, can you show us where you are? Did you say that she was beautiful?
Were you beautiful or were you ugly? Can you tell me what happened to your house? It seemed like a really pretty house. What happened to it?
It was over here.
Was there a fire? Did the hurricane of 1836 take away your home?
1886.
1886. She said, "You're gonna have to try to be a bit clear." Me? Can you say that again? Can you say that again? Religious? Wait, what did you? Can you say that again? What happened to your house? You were being really talkative and then you just stopped. I really want to know what happened to your house. Can you tell me when your house was? Are you happy?
Kara. Be respectful.
Be respectful.
Yeah, he's not happy his house
Oh,
was
I want to know. It's a sheep.
I wonder if it's picking up.
What did that say?
I think it's picking up the music.
That's what the thing at Mom, it goes through radio stations. That's the thing, like the answers are all on music.
That's.
Can you try to be a bit clearer? I'm having trouble hearing you.
How many children did you have? Can you tell us about your home?
Yeah. Did you like your home? This is where the servants were, right? Did you like the people that worked for you? How old were you when you died? I've heard the word beautiful and then the word, it was either drown or down.
There was no drowning, but I'm going to write down drown because that was the first thing you said. So it's usually your first instinct. So again, don't second guess yourself. When I ask you guys what you've heard, just have a confidence of, I heard drown and I heard beautiful. Obviously, beautiful is 3 syllables. That's very easy to distinguish, especially with the consonants that are in there. Sorry, I'm an English guy, so words mean things to me. But drown and down, like your first instinct was drown because that's the first thing you said to me. That's what I'm going to write down.
Okay.
It's not relevant, but you heard something. I'm excited. So, are you hearing the same things that she is? Okay, perfect.
Is it music, like from a radio?
Could be, yep.
Okay.
So, and it's not about the song that you heard; it's about the lyric you heard. So it's not. I don't care that you heard Led Zeppelin. I want to know that you heard him sing "Stairway to Heaven," if that makes sense. So a lot of people will tell me, "Oh, I just heard Harry Styles." I don't give a shit that you heard Harry Styles. I want to know that you heard as it was. That's kind of how this goes. Because our ghost from 17-something is not going to know who Harry Styles is. So I want to know the lyric. Think of that thing. If you've seen the movie Transformers, kind of like Bumblebee. He did not have a voice. He used the radio to talk to us. That's kind of how we're going with this. Can we pick up disembodied voices with it too? We can. But to get people used to how to listen to it, we start off with radio chatter.
All right.
You guys got this. At least you heard something. So let me follow up with the other three.
All right. What happened to your house?
No, put it in your mouth.
I didn't put it in my mouth. What? Was there a fire?
In the kitchen.
That's scary. That's the...
What?
In the wall, maybe? Is that what that said? What did that say?
It makes me cry a little bit.
That's scary. In the kitchen. I want to know. Can you tell me a bit more, Eliza?
About the fire in the kitchen.
Was there a fire in the kitchen?
Did anybody get hurt with the fire in the kitchen?
Is that correct? Did we hear fire in the kitchen, or is it just in the kitchen? I think we just heard in the kitchen, but like maybe it was a fire. Maybe something happened in the kitchen.
Did someone get hurt in the kitchen?
Who worked in the kitchen? Can you tell me when your house was destroyed? March?
Was it destroyed in March?
I heard years. I heard the word years. I don't know. Can you talk a bit clearer? I'm sorry. I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you say that again? Who am I talking to right now?
What's your name?
Were you a slave? Or were you Eliza?
Tell us your name. Did you have children? How many children did you have? Were you married?
How long have you been dead for?
Did you have a garden at your house?
All right, ladies. We're around. What do we got?
We heard in the kitchen.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a nice little phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're probably standing in the kitchen because the house wouldn't have been lined up with where the center steps are right now because they had a carriage house on this side. So it was actually off to the left. So the kitchen was probably near the back of the home somewhere if it was indeed inside the home. So if you remember, a lot of times the kitchens were outside the home back in those days. So interesting. It's vague. I'm not going to count it. I'm just kind of giving you a little history lesson.
Yeah,
on how
no,
houses were
that's-
built. So
That was very clear.
Markers. Yo, don't break that.
Are you here? We're getting ready to leave. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Do you want to turn it off? All right, bye, Eliza. It was nice chatting with you. Okay. I turned it off. There's a dog in that car.
I think that's a joke. I don't think I'm gonna see daylight.
Don't be mean. Is that a dog?
or completely transparent, so we can actually see right through.
It's supposed to be.
Spooky?
No idea.
Are you recording? So turn this on. It's so loud.
I've been working. You're both fired. So funny. But anyway, we're hopefully if we get anything, it'll be on your audio or my audio voice recorder. I won't say that we have not gotten whistles from songs on Lexi's device with the word doctor after it. So think of some of the songs that have whistles in it, like Guns N' Roses' Patience, the new Moves Like Jagger song. They all have whistles in the song somewhere. So we'll get a little part of that and then the word doctor after. I don't find it coincidental that I see that more often than I probably should. We'll also get numbers like 59 and things relative to that house because that was the address of where the doctor lived. It's very interesting how these kind of pieces come up. Now, if you're going to try this on your own and walk all the way through here and try to get whistles on your voice recorders from your phones, I want you to keep in mind that every local knows this story. If you're trying this down here and you're the only 2 people down here, anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street will throw a whistle down the alley. I do it every morning when I'm done with your guys' data. My office is over here, my garage is where we passed it. So every morning, when I'm done with your data, I do it every morning, especially since I've been thrown out of here. Let's get into that, because that sounds like... Video, so Tiffany, with yours, obviously the wall behind me is not your friend.
Okay.
Covered in leaves. It's gonna be men everywhere.
Okay.
So we don't need that one. But other tours may come through here, just be mindful of that. We are here for the, I'm actually excited about poetry. I'm hoping there's gonna be another connection, but you'll still have a link to his book. Because it was published and it is for sale on Amazon. Again, it'll be a link to a free copy of it that you guys can read online if you want to go back and read his poetry. So anything like that, if I can find a free digital copy for you, it'll be a link in your stuff. There is going to be another person later on. There's a link to his work as well. I don't want to give up too much because I'm trying to keep some things in the dark about the last location because some people aren't supposed to know anything about that location. Now, why are we here? The tiny little building up there. So some of you have already mentioned you've taken other tours and talked about this building. We're going to be looking at it in a much different light. So this is the gunpowder magazine. It held gunpowder for 7 different wars, and those are not crosses on the building. Those are earthquake bolts. So if nobody explained what earthquake bolts are, I'll make it very simple. They're turnbuckles. It looks just like that on the other side. So if we have another earthquake, like what we did in 1886, which we have not, by the way, you can turn the turnbuckles and it'll tighten the building so it doesn't incur any further damage. You guys have seen them all over town with lion heads, pineapples, plain squares like this apartment building behind it. The lion heads and pineapple squares and any kind of decoration is just part of our Charleston charm bullshit. It's just to keep you guys, happy, like, oh, look at all this crazy stuff. And the funny thing about earthquake bolts is it's a great idea. It just doesn't work. It's not a thing. If I get Californians here, don't I have somebody from California here? No? Maybe it was the other group that canceled. But Californians laugh at me whenever I bring these up because they're like, that tech doesn't work anymore. I'm like, it never did work. What are you talking about? But anyway, those things are actually part of the reason why we're here. That's why I bring them up. The reason why those are so much bigger than the rockets in here.
Let's go over there. So this is Anne.
Yeah. Hi. Is this Anne we're talking to? Hi. She just said hello twice, I thought.
Anne, can you tell us about your life?
Hold on. Is that not what I just said? Okay, Anne. Can you tell me what the name of Calico Jack's ship was?
What was the name of the...
Can you be more clear with me? Okay. Can you tell me the name of Calico Jack's ship? Okay. Can you tell me the name of the town you grew up in?
Anything yet?
No. I
So
can't
this
understand.
device, one of the first nights I ever used it, I've had it for a few years. I'm packing things up because it was a really light night. This used to be the last stop. And I take that device, and it wasn't turned off yet. Like, it wasn't muted. So as soon as he handed it to me, it goes, pirate, plain as day. It's the best evidence we had all night. I told you that thing doesn't record. Luckily enough, the person with the camera next to them was still recording, so we had the audio from the camera. So again, that thing, and it wasn't like part of a sentence. I'm a guy that has studied lexicon and phonetics and all that kind of thing to know how words work. It wasn't like the Pittsburgh Pirates won the game. It was like pirate, like I'm a damn pirate. Like it was nothing else. Like no static along with it,
Yeah.
just plain as day. So
That's cool.
yeah, when we do get things out of it, it can
Yeah.
be disembodied. So that's the one that is probably the most accurate. That's why you don't hear as much. Better ratio of accuracy. Did you recognize the song? Is that why you chuckled?
Nice. Sound like it's a jack,
That's
yeah.
what I just heard.
Yeah.
It said Jack. It's Jack Radio, but it did say Jack.
Interesting. What was the name of Captain Jack's ship?
Calico Jack.
What were your parents' names? Parents' names. What was your dad's name?
What did your dad do for a living? Can you tell me what town you grew up in Ireland?
Ask what her kids' names were.
Oh yeah, you had 4 kids before you died, right? 3? 3 or 4? Can you tell me the name of those kids? Can you tell me, what color was your hair? Can you say that again? What color was your hair? Can you tell me something else? Tell me the name of Calico Jack's ship.
Like a Cameron? Something Cameron?
That wasn't very clear. Can you repeat that? Can you, I can tell you're... Say that again? I'm having trouble... Something street. Say that again? I can tell you're trying. Can you say that again? Okay. Can you tell me the name of the ship you were on?
Ask how many years she was on the ship.
Yeah, how many years were you on the ship? Out of all of your lovers, who is your favorite? What's the name of your parents? Your mother died when you were...
Oh, that's your shit. Freak me out.
Can you tell me the name of your ship you were on? You were on it for a while, right? Say that again? What was the name of the ship you were on? Try to be a little bit clearer. Any other things you want to tell me? What was that? What was that? What was the name of the ship you were on? What was the name of the town you grew up in? Where did you grow up again?
Call her by name.
Anne? Where did you grow up? Am I talking to Anne right now? Or someone else? Can you tell me something about your life? What's your name?
Let me talk. Anne, what are your parents' names? I want to know your dad's name. What's your dad's first name? What was your mom's name? What was the ship you were on? What happened to your baby in Cuba?
Can you say that again?
What happened to your baby in Cuba?
Painful? That's what it sounded like.
Did your baby die?
Maybe. She asked what happened to your baby in Cuba, and we heard the word painful.
So a direct answer.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sure it was, whatever the case was, because there was no baby when she returned.
Yeah.
So even if the baby was aborted or left or stillborn, I don't know.
Okay.
Painful is going to be either a kind of description on that. So I'm just going to put it as a direct response. I can't verify it. Nothing crazy on the camera there.
No.
Yeah, our shadows kind of freak me out.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It'll pick up shadows because there's no light.
I was like, oh my gosh, look over there.
There's dead people on the ground. Wait, that looks like us.
Anne, what was your dad's name? Anne, what was your dad's name?
What did it say? What did you hear?
David?
I did not hear David. I heard Albert.
Was your dad?
Leo? We have a million things it could be. What are you trying to tell us? You're being really spotty. Can you
What was your mom's name? Can you tell us your mom's name? Anne, please tell us your mom's name. What was your baby in Cuba's name?
What if she aborted it and didn't have a name?
How long were you married to Captain Jack?
Calico Jack.
Calico Jack. How old were you when you moved from Ireland? What year did you move from Ireland?
Sure.
And what was your dad's name?
Rick? Either Rick, it sounded like.
I don't think Rick was a name.
Maybe Richard.
Tell me. Whisper something in my ear, baby girl.
Kara, if my wife sends me a nasty message, you let me know because it'll be on my phone. So once this pops up, it'll show you the gray smoke once I get it started. And I'll slide it in here. Your focus is right here, my thumb is. So if you are a little blurry, you just roll that back and forth until you have the right focus. Takes a minute for it to load. Pause. 1 second for
started.
See the gray smoke? You're gonna tell us everything that's not gray smoke. Okay, slide that over your head. Alright, just got your blood in. You find a good volume? Okay, set it down.
Like a blood vessel?
Already?
Or no, a casket.
Oh, okay. So let's get those nice funky headphones on top of it. Lexi, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So find a good volume and then set the spirit box down. We want to make sure you're not cheating. It's still new. So you have a casket already? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I went away. It says that.
Okay, perfect. So it is 11:19 on the dot. So if we have Henry Timrod here with us, can you give us your occupation, please? They forget they have to tell you things. We're gonna have you lift it up and say, "You need to talk to us." Henry Timrod. We're using both styles of communication tonight, so you can show us images in the green box, or you can speak through Lexi. She can hear you, whatever you want to tell us. Can you start off by telling us your occupation, please? All right, you definitely want to focus on that guy too. If we don't get an answer out of Lexi, it normally shows up there. Go ahead and lift up her ear muff. Let her know she's supposed to talk to you. Oh, she got it. Flopper. So she was just struggling first. Henry, can you give us your occupation? You are not a lawyer. Wow, it's creepy quiet in here tonight. This is like extremely. Henry, we're asking you to push through and communicate with the rest of us. They're trying to learn more about you. Let's make sure you're here. Can you show us something from your occupation? Maybe one of the tools that you used to use?
Oh, oh gosh, it's like a it's a peacock feather.
Quill?
Oh, it's a feather. Or yeah, it is a quill. Yeah.
1800s using a quill? Okay. I have to see it, but okay. Henry, can you show us maybe a sheet of paper or maybe even a blood stain of something? That would give me a little bit more proof that you're here. She's really struggling. Listen. Go ahead and tell us everything she's hearing. Is it like peacock feathers?
Does it show out?
Henry, we are recording things. Did you mean Marguerite? That's a yes/no question. Marguerite, are you here? I'm going to assume that Marguerite is not here since she did not answer directly. We're going to move back to Henry Timrod. If you are here, I'd like to see more about your occupation, or if you'd like to start talking about one of your family members. Your son, your wife, your mother, your father. We normally get a lot more out of it. Just so you know, it's normally very chatty. Most of it doesn't mean anything, but you wish you had $1 million. You were a poor writer. Henry, I've asked you several questions so far. I asked about your occupation, any family members. You could tell us if you're here alone, besides us.
Muriel?
I mean, it's kind of a stretch, but it's alright. I like it.
poetry, something along those lines. Narrative. Henry, let's talk about this blood book. Can you tell us when it comes out? Or who shows it? I would accept the word library here, not Charleston Library Society. So I would just want the word library would be great. And of course, Halloween is an easy grab right now because we're in October. Henry, can you tell us when they show your famous blood book? Henry, I know it was pretty quiet here for the past 2 nights. Can you tell us why? What was the anniversary 2 days ago?
Oh, there is a truck with 2 men loading something into the truck.
How old is this truck? What time frame are you looking at? Is it something recent?
It just maybe older. Yeah.
Anybody know the year that Kafka wrote Metamorphosis? I don't off the top of my head, but I'm wondering if that was like the concluding writer. The truck thing is not going to make any sense to me. Unless it's something with Marguerite, which I haven't even brought her up. She doesn't always show us. How's her words? Still on
Float?
float.
Just
Narrative. Henry, we're running out of time. She's already been under for 6 minutes, so you guys know. It goes fast. And they're going to feel like it's been like 2 minutes. Like that's how this normally goes. Well, at least on the blindfold. Kara already knows it's been 6 minutes. I just got the review. But the blindfold, that she's going to feel like it was maybe 2 to 3 minutes at best. Henry, this is Lexi. She's the one with the things over her ears. But this is the way we listen for you. You need to tell us what you want us to ask about. I already asked several questions. I asked about the blood book.
Oh, it's like a old painting of a little girl. It's creepy. She's in a forest. She's walking.
Okay. Time period?
Very old.
Henry, can you repeat whatever that was? Can you tell us again? We missed it because of the very loud vehicles going by. Might have to look her nearby. Tell her. We only got like 2 minutes left, but tell her to speak up just a little bit. Karen, anything else? Henry, let's go back to your occupation. We're going to keep it simple. You asked about your blood book, but can you tell us what's inside that blood book? What type of writing? We have the word narrative, but I want you to be more specific. Story of what? What's the story telling? What did you write about? Is her face getting red? Or am I just looking at her a little bit? Can you tell us what you wrote about in your poetry? You did tell stories through poetry, but how did you do it? What was it about? Henry, we're running out of time. Nothing warfare on there at all? down to the last minute. Anything relevant that you want to tell us that I can verify that you're here, now's the time to say it. We're going to shut it down. We'll leave you alone for the night. I know this is a very rough week and month for you, based off of your own death and your son's. Karen, nothing? We get 3 images out of her? Before? You would know. You're the one in there. Henry, we're going to shut it down. Last chance. 3, 2, you got an image? Let's try that again, Henry. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and tap her out. Kara, go ahead and rip off your headset. On her knee. There you go.
It's going
You lost the signals. All right. So first off, ladies,